Yours truly, the leader of health and wellness with Life Pro, Amber Kivett, is back from travel adventures. And today is the 27th. And do you know that today is my lucky number? 27 is my lucky number. And I'm so excited to share with you some great things on my lucky number day. I'm interested in hearing from several of you who are listening in. We are running live stream right now on YouTube and Facebook. And today is the big day that we are releasing the winner for the reviews contest that we have been hosting here lately. And for those of you who have submitted online reviews for the products that you've been using at home, how they're changing your life, how the customer service is working for you when you have to utilize us, how the free online videos are giving you the opportunity to use all of those products without having to have any private appointments or any additional fees, services. We teach you how to use those from our expertise so that you can improve your overall health, wellness, and life, quality of life from the convenience of your home or gym, or sharing it with your family and friends, whether it's pain relief or just getting to becoming a better version of yourself. So super excited. I've been gone and away for the last 3 weeks traveling, doing a lot of different adventures. 3 weeks ago, had the opportunity to go out to California to work with a lot of really neat people, but I was up for this special award called the Todd Durkin Mastermind Professional of the Year. And Joel and I actually met through this coaching group years ago. And wouldn't you know that in order to be able to be eligible for this award, you had to be nominated. And I really didn't plan on being nominated. So when I found out that I was one of the finalists, one of the top four finalists for this really cool award, and had to submit an essay response and got voted on, I actually was awarded the 2023 Todd Durkin Mastermind Fit Professional of the Year. And all of that started back in 2008, but that's how I ended up in working with all of you through Life Pro, is through that group, which introduced me to Joel. So I want to say thank you to all of you for giving me the opportunity to serve you and for using my gifts in order to help all of you elevate your life to another level. And I want to say thank you to Life Pro and to Joel, because without this opportunity to share and serve and deliver the different gifts and the intellectual property behind all of my lessons learned along the last 30 years or so, I couldn't have ended up in being in that direction, because it's through Life Pro and through the energy that you all provide us and the opportunities that we are offered to serve all of you and share that energy back and forth that gave me the opportunity to even be in the running for that. So I want to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for giving me purpose. Thank you, Life Pro, for the opportunity to serve so many people on a much greater level. And so today, lucky day 27, rewards for the contest for doing social media reviews as well as your Google reviews. And want to give you real quick, I've got my notes here because I've been traveling, and then got home, hosted this really magical retreat in which we got to change 40 lives at my facility here. And then last week, my daughter was on fall break, so I like to live life on the edge with a little bit of adventure. And because sometimes we go through life and we don't have the opportunity to do the things we want to do because life's circumstances get in the way, when you have the ability to do things that you want to do, you take advantage of that time. So last week, don't know how much you know about whitewater rafting, but the West Virginia New River and the Gauley River are in season in September and October. And last week was the last week to go whitewater rafting. And we took my daughter to experience that, because she's now just barely old enough to go on those class 4 or 5 rapids. And so here I am, been home for, well, I was on the river a week ago right now, paddling for 4 hours nonstop. And it's because of all this, the Life Pro products, the strength, the endurance, the recovery, the red light therapy, the cupping, all these wonderful things that Life Pro has provided us the opportunity to get stronger and get better and want more for ourselves. I was able to do it completely pain-free, and here we are. So back to work, back to seeing all of you. So super excited to see you all here present today. Let me give you a little breakdown of how this reward or how the contest winners were provided. The competition, giving you a little overview of the competition, the review contest is what they call it, was designed to encourage our community, to all of you, to leave reviews of how our products and services are changing your life on multiple different platforms, social media, Google, on the website. And however you post those different reviews, the more you post the different reviews, the more you got an opportunity to win one of the awards that we're giving away. So the more you submit, the higher your chances are of winning the two fantastic prizes that we're giving away. The eligibility for this contest was only based on reviews submitted after September 1 of 2023, leading up to just recently. So in order to be eligible for this contest, if you have given us positive reviews on social media or Google or Amazon, the different locations before September 1, that does not make you eligible for the contest. You had to post reviews after September 1, 2023. And so the prizes for every 3 weeks that we were running through here, they were selecting 2 winners, and I'm announcing those 2 winners today. The winners, in whatever you decide, the 2 winners that we have, and I have those names, will have the choice of receiving either a $150 Visa e-gift card, or, this is even better, or you get the choice of a $250 Life Pro specific e-gift card to use on our Life Pro website. So one choice, $150 gift card, use whatever you want. And number 2 option is $250 Life Pro specific gift card to use on our website. So that is not Amazon friendly, that is Life Pro specific. So extra $100 to use on Life Pro products of the future, or $150 to blow on whatever you want. Those are your options. The contest winners being presented today, as you are called, the 2 names of the winners that are called, I need to make sure that you happen to provide us your email address that you use to enter into the contest. So as I announce the winners, when you provide me, I'm going to give you the names, not right away, but I'm going to give you the names. If you could email us, or if it's easier for you all, you can send me by text message or by direct message your first name and your last name, because how our profiles are always different than what our real names are, right? I truly am Amber Kivett. No fake name there. But everybody calls me the Gatekeeper of Dreams, or the Magic Lady, MAGIK. Not witchcraft, truly spirit. So if you are the lucky winner, one of 2, I need first name, last name, phone number, email address, shipping address, and our corporate headquarters will get in contact with you. I'm not in charge of all that, but I just make sure it gets it up the channel so that you get your award. Now, before I continue on, we've got a new product that I'm sharing with you today, our Sculpt Trainer Lite, and this is a multi-purpose Roman chair. And we've already launched the Relieve a Cup, which is available on the Life Pro website for $49.99, but is not available on Amazon. So don't go to Amazon looking for it, you won't find it. But I'm going to talk a little bit about the Relieve a Cup and the Sculpt Trainer Lite. This is one of my favorite pieces of equipment of all time as a gym user. So when I go to the gym, this is the machine that I'm always looking for to use before I leave and go home, and the workout is not complete until I have access to that. I now have one in my own gym, so it's exciting, because until now I didn't have one, and it's my favorite. So thank you, Life Pro, for providing this, because it is known to build beautiful butts, eliminate the saddlebags, eliminate the back wings, strengthen up those low back muscles and flexibility. So it's really good for stretching. There's all kinds of workouts that we can do with them. So I'm super excited to share with you all of those. But I want to remind you, coming up, as we all know, October 27th, again, my favorite number, what is coming? Thanksgiving and the holiday season. And what happens in the end of November for Thanksgiving season, as well as for Christmas holidays or December, whatever holidays you celebrate. Rock bottom prices go down. So we have low pricing products trying to sell and push and give away, gift away. So you're going to get the absolute best pricing of the season for everything that we sell coming up Black Friday, as well as the weekend of Thanksgiving. So whether you celebrate either or it's just gratitude, or you're wanting to stock up on stocking stuffers, you can see some of my favorite products behind me. We've got foam rollers, we've got the masks, we've got the eye massagers, the Relieva cups, all kinds of stuff. You can see, I'm going to give you a little glimpse here for all of those that want to see. I actually use our products all the time. My space is full of platforms. We actually use those to assess injury and assess pain so that I can fix, but we use them every single day in our facility. So if you do not have a whole body vibration platform yet, you got to get one. And the best week of the year to get one is Black Friday. So just want to give you a heads up. On Black Friday, we will be releasing 25% off on all products across the entire website, okay? 25% off all products across the website, and you get a free gift with free shipping. Like, what's not to love about that? So make sure that you are available for the Black Friday weekend, because we're going to be sharing some of that stuff as we get going. And then let's see here. We've got on pre-Black Friday. So before Black Friday, they'll be giving 20% off with a free massage gun for a $100 minimum order. They've got some other wonderful, great things that they're launching and releasing. And then Cyber Week, so Cyber Monday, and then that week of, for the whole week, 25% off plus your free gift, your choice of a free gift, $100 minimum order. So we are in the season of giving, 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 and loving, 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 and helping you be the best version of yourself possible. And we blast off all of those prices towards the end of the year because it's truly gratitude. We are all so grateful. We are so thankful for all of you listening in and giving us the opportunity to celebrate and share with you, and we're rewarding you that. So make sure that you're available from the week of Thanksgiving to the end of Cyber Week. So that's 2 weeks. It's always the last 2 weeks in November. And again, it falls on my favorite number of the month, 27. And then Christmas, make sure that you, if you celebrate Christmas, the New Year, things like that, and your gift giving, make sure that you are ordering those items sooner than later, because once they're gone, adios, they're gone, okay? Cannot guarantee that they're going to restock, because towards the end of the year is when it's really hard to get those supply and demand chains going and getting everything replenished as fast as possible, because everybody's shopping like bonkers, right? So make sure, if you are wanting to buy gifts for family, friends, coworkers, neighbors, just because, or maybe even for yourself, if you're wanting to buy gifts, celebrate the middle of into November. Do not wait until December to buy all your gifts, because they might not be available, and the rock bottom pricing is always going to be the week of Thanksgiving and Cyber Week. And we want to make sure you have all those gifts or all those products that you're wanting to utilize before you actually want to give them away, so that you don't have to explain why the product is not there, and you can't blame us for that, because I'm giving you the full warning now. So want to say thank you for all that. Okay, now, for those of you who don't want to wait until the end after I introduce this wonderful new piece of equipment and show you how the Relieva cup cupping device works, I will be more than happy to celebrate our 2 winners of the reviews contest. And so if you can give me a little love in the comment bar, if you are the one who wins, give me thumbs up, give me hearts, give me smiles. Again, $150 Visa gift card to use whatever you want, or $250 Life Pro specific to use on our website. The 2 winners are, give me a drum roll, please. It is going to be Janet. I'm going to say Lyda. Janet, Lyda is the last name. Janet, you are one winner. So make sure you're ready to pick one of those 2 items. And Wendy Owen. Wendy Owen, you are number 2 winner. So we got Jana Lyda and Wendy Owen. You are the 2 winners for the reviews contest. Thank you guys so much for celebrating Life Pro and pushing those reviews out there. I don't know if you guys are familiar with love language, but love language is how we all like to be celebrated. There's 5 different types of love language. One of them is positive affirmations. You love to read comments, you love to read reviews to know that you're doing things right, and that you're making a difference and that you matter. And I don't know about you guys, but that's my love language. Love those reviews, love those comments. We love to hear how we're helping all of you, and you celebrating us, because it's a give and take relationship a lot of times. And we love that extra energy in order to boost all of us up so we can continue to push the love and the energy back to you. So positive affirmations is a really big one, but I know Life Pro loves positive affirmation for their love language too. So thank you for pushing the love in reviews and sharing with us how your lives are changing, how you are using our products with your loved ones, your families, those who are around you, and how we're able to save you a lot of those fears of going into surgeries or not being able to move or being stuck with not knowing where to go. But also just truly like recovering and regenerating so you can live better quality of life. So thank you for those reviews. If your love language is material items, I got lots of material items behind me. Make sure and let your loved one know, hey, I want you to show me love by buying me things. That is actually a true love language. And if you're one of those people who loves to buy items for loved ones in your surrounding, again, that Black Friday coming up, Cyber Week, is the best time to buy material items for your loved ones to show them how much you love them, if that's their love language. So the third love language is acts of service. And so that might be being available to be a performance coach, leading you through a training workout, going to the gym together, building a structure, washing laundry and folding it and putting it away, cooking dinner. Those are all acts of service. So I'm going to share that love language with all of you, showing you how these different products work, and leading you through that service relationship so that you can have access to our expertise for no extra cost. And then some of you love the love language of physical touch. You love the massage, you love to hold a hand, you love a big hug. And if you're one of those people, make sure you got a massage gun. Those massage gun, when they make contact with the skin, the skin is a sensory organ. We love our sensory organ enhanced, enriched, and stimulated. So if you have somebody in your family or a loved one or a friend who their love language is physical touch, but you really don't want to touch them because that's not your love language, then make sure that you get something that can transfer that physical touch feeling. And we're going to talk about that with the Relieva cup here shortly, how you can use this to show physical touch to somebody through healing without actually having to make a lot of physical contact if that is not your thing. So physical touch is a great love language, and you can do that for those of you who are trying to express your love for others, but without having to touch people if that's not your thing. And then I got to think about this. What am I missing? So we got love language for acts of service, for positive affirmation, quality time. Number 5 is quality time. And that's right now. So thank you for sharing time with me, because time is the one thing. Well, there's 2 things. No matter how much money you have, quality time. You can't buy it in the future. You can't buy back time you've lost. And number 2, you can't buy health in the future, and you can't fix your health of the past by spending money. You cannot guarantee that you're going to live longer or feel better or eliminate disease or illness, no matter how much money you have. So make sure quality time, make sure that you are enjoying and working on health. And so Life Pro, we want to love all of you. We want to say thank you for loving us back. And so again, Janet and Wendy, thank you all so much for sharing the love and for giving us positive affirmations. And those of you who did not know that the contest was even going on, if you want to give us some extra love, push it on out there. Fill out something in the comment box during this live. Let me know what you love. Let me know what you need. Let me know if you're hurting and you need a little love from us, because that's what we're here for. And make sure and share on Amazon if you haven't already posted a review of how your product has changed your life, or how customer service, or maybe the durability of your product, or the uniqueness of the product versus other products you might have already had. Let us know. Or how about the lifetime warranty? That is a big one. make sure that you're posting and sharing those reviews because it helps us. And the more help we get on that side of things, the more we can give you new products, new innovation, and the change just continues on. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and show you this new product because this product we've already released. I'm gonna get into what that means, how to utilize that here in a little bit, but I want to release this new product first. Let me take a little swig of water here. Water does the body good, so make sure you're staying hydrated. All right, so we have the Sculpt Trainer Light, and it's a multi-purpose Roman chair. And a Roman chair, it is not a chair for you to just have a seat on, right? Although you can do that if you want to, okay? But Roman chair was ideally created to be able to work booty, hamstrings, calves, low back, upper body, shoulders. And so this is one of those pieces of equipment before LifePro came up with a commercial product that could be utilized in the convenience of your home for the cost of a home residential piece. They took the concept of a high-end gym piece of equipment and switched out some of the intensity of the materials and made it just as effective for you to use at home. So the max weight load that you can execute these exercises on here, 330 pounds. So 330 pounds or less is the weight capacity for this. The actual unit only weighs about 22 pounds. So super, super light. Let's get a little arm farm going. We might be able to do some curls, right? So 22 pounds is the weight of that. It does adjust lengthwise so that your hips can measure correctly with where the ankles anchor into the lower leg pads. I'll explain to you what that means here in just a second. But when we're looking at the frame, we've got these nice covered pads in a vinyl leather type material. And we have these squishy foam pads down here at the bottom so that we don't have pressure points on the back of our Achilles or our calves, which tends to be a pressure point. But here in the center, we have a pull knob. Okay, I'm going to bring this up to you close. We have a pull knob right here, okay? And we unscrew that. And when you unscrew that and you pull, okay, so we can pull, then this slides up and there's little holes that you can click into in order to change the length adjustment for where these hip pads are going to meet you on your hip bones, okay? So let me show you what does not work very well. So there's full length, okay? And full length is going to be 34 inches. And then we go to screw that back in so that this doesn't wiggle around on us. And if you decide that you do want to fold it up, it does have the pin that you can release, and you can fold it up and put it in a closet, lay it under a bed, get it out of your space, put it in the garage. And then when it folds back out, it's all about meeting that cotter pin back in so that everything stays locked and loaded, okay? So we're in there nice and easy. Now, when I actually get onto the unit, the weight of my body is going to keep it from wobbling around, okay? Now, this is what not to do, because what this is showing, let me see if I can adjust this because I've got some wonderful sunlight coming in, which is a great thing. We got to love the sunshine, right? Okay, so let me make sure you all can see without having this big glare. Okay, so if I put my ankles down here where the pads are, so the pads are going to go right where my Achilles is, right there, okay? Now, where I'm right here, I can't bend because we should be able to bend right here where our hip girdle is, okay? Our pelvic girdle. So this is not the way to do this. Now, if you just need to stretch out your mid-back, your thoracic spine, you can hang out here, but just remember that you're going to have pressure on your belly here, which is not so comfortable. So we want to adjust this, and I'm 5'4", so I'm going to adjust this. Whoop, let me unscrew. We got to unscrew before we pull. Make sure you loosen before you pull. There we go. Now we're pulling. So if we go all the way down to the very bottom, Now here's the thing, this is gonna be built for a kiddo. So as you have kids who are going through grade school and maturing through their middle school years, I get into position here, and this is too low because I'm like really hanging out, okay? So this is too low. So you don't want the pads down here in the thighs. You want them a little higher, okay? So we're gonna aim so that we can get the pads so that they're gonna be about right here where we can actually hinge at the crease of our hips. So I'm gonna go one notch higher. So we loosen first, we pull, and then we lock it in. Okay, now, once we tighten it up, now we're good. Now, that is about perfect. So those pads are falling right here where my hip flexors run to the front of my hips. So here's what I want you to do. If you're standing on one leg, okay, and you go to pick up a knee, you're gonna feel those tendons are right there, okay? You're gonna feel that. That's where you want that pad to position itself, okay? I'm gonna move this back so you can get a full glimpse of what's going on here today without me being cut off. There we go. Okay, better. So here's what I want you to remember, okay? We wanna make sure that we are using our butt and our hamstrings and not using our low back. We don't want to use our low back to do this exercise. So what I want you to think about doing is you're going to get positioned here. If you want to hold on to the handles, we got to make sure that I don't have this other table so close that you hit your head. That would not be fun. Okay, so we're here, okay? The pad is positioned right here on my hips. If you want a bigger challenge, I'll show you how to adjust this for a bigger challenge. But when I drop down, okay, I can feel a big stretch. So if you just want to maintain this position right here, just to feel a really good stretch in your low back, you can do that. Now, wait a second. If you can't get up, what do? You use the bar here, and then you grab the handle, and then you lift yourself off, okay? So if you get down and you can't get up, you just walk your way back up to the handles, and then, so we're here, walk your way up to the handles, and then you push up, okay? So can you use this for push up? Sure you can. We drop down, we push up. We drop down, and then we push up. And when you drop down, you're just letting your body go, and then you grip the handles, and then you push up. So you can turn this into a tricep workout if you really want to, but you don't have to, okay? But we wanna make sure when we're bending over the edge of the pads that we're not forcefully using the low back. So this is what not to do. This is what not to do, okay? And when you're in contact with these pads on the backside by your ankles, you're pushing those ankles into the pads and putting your weight there, and that's what keeps you in line, okay? So what do you not do? We do not do forceful, okay? Now, I'm showing you that because I know how to control it without hurting myself. But if some of you do it, you're gonna feel like somebody snapped a rubber band in your low back tomorrow, and you're gonna be waddling around like you hurt yourself. You're gonna be like waddling around. You don't wanna do that, okay? So make sure when you drop down, we're coming right back up. And we have to make sure that we're squeezing hamstrings and butt cheeks on the way up. So here's what I want you to imagine. You have a $100 bill. Benjamin Franklin is on the $100 bill. You're gonna put Benjamin Franklin, put him in your butt crack, squeeze tight to keep him in place, and then stand back up. That's how you know that those glutes are firing and you're not using those low back muscles. I know, it's kind of funny when you think about it, but you'll never forget it. So when I tell you squeeze Ben with your booty, that's what I want you to think about, is we're putting that $100 bill in your booty, squeezing it tight, giving yourself some dimples, right? Reaching for the ground, squeeze and lift. Slowly go down. So going slow is a good idea. And if you don't want to come beyond straight, so if you don't want to come up into a hyperextended movement, once you get to where you're back up on the pad, your head and your chest are still in front of the unit. But once you get up, if that's good enough for you, you don't have to go into extension. If you want to work more on hamstring strengthening instead of doing it for glute and low back, then what you'll end up in doing, you actually have to drop this down a notch. So you're gonna loosen this up. You're gonna pull and you're gonna wiggle into one slot so that the unit is lower. Your knees need to be right below the pad. If your knees are in contact with the pad, that's a no-go, okay? So these pads are gonna be right in the center of your thighs, but your knee has to clear, okay? So we're there, we make sure that we can feel this pad on our ankle, okay? We go to here, we come up to here, so you can see the straight line from my shoulder all the way down to my ankle. Now we bend the knees and then we stand up. When you bend your knees, that's when you're using those hammies, okay? So coming down, reach for the ground, squeeze, bend the knees, and rise up. So if I'm not bending the knee, I am just using booty and back and getting a hamstring stretch. If I'm wanting to use the knees to tighten up, using the hamstrings to come all the way up, then you're gonna bend the knees after you clear, okay? How do we make this harder? Well, we can go slower, or we could add a ball. Okay, you can use a medicine ball. I'll show you how you do that here right quick. This is a 10-pound ball. I would highly recommend you start with a 4-pounder or a 6-pounder or a kickball. But we have a 10-pound ball here. You just hold it here at your chest, and we just up and down, okay? So you can do that, and then you can clear those legs and do a push press, okay? Drop down, push press, okay? So that's one way that you can do this. Another way that you can do this while making it harder with no equipment is just take your arms further away from your body. So we're here, we reach, and then arms come up and over, okay? Arms come up and over, but make sure that we're using the glutes and we're not using the low back with the glutes turned off. Super important to do that, or you will have some low back pain, and we don't want that for you, okay? So that's one of my favorite exercises. So again, Sculpt Trainer Light, multi-purpose, it's a Roman chair. Roman chairs are meant for spinal extension, okay? Working the glutes, working the back line, which is ankles, calves, hammies, okay? My other ultimate favorite exercise for this is doing side abs, okay? Now, there's a couple of different ways we can do this. We can go both legs in line with the pad, okay? So, or I can tuck, so I can tuck one leg. Let me make sure I get this right. Actually, let's go 1 foot in front of and 1 foot behind, okay? And it's kind of hard to get your foot all the way down there without putting pressure, but you just want to make sure that you've got one leg in contact with the pad. And all we're going to do, one hand is in line with your outside thigh, the other one is reaching for the ground. So it's like a seesaw side to side, and I'm using these abdominal muscles in order to sit up, okay? What can we do? We can reach down, lift tall. So you're getting a stretch, you're shortening here, and you're lifting here. So you're gonna actually feel all sets of those abs working really, really well, but we're doing it from a side angle instead of working our back, okay? So reaching for the ground, lifting tall. And if you think about feeling your side seam on your outer leg, you're gonna do a series of those until you get tired. If you wanna make this a notch harder, hands go right here, okay? Hands go right here. That's how you're gonna do that one. Now, there's another one that you can do. This one's quite a bit harder. I gotta see if I can make this work because I'm not played around with this because we just got this piece of equipment, but this is another one of my favorites. You're gonna anchor your foot down to the unit, okay? Yeah. So I've got fibromyalgia, so this is a pressure point, so this does not feel good at times. Today's one of those days. But we can go single leg. I gotta find my happy zone. So as you can see, it's different for everybody to find that happy spot. There we go. So my thigh is resting in between these two pads. So there's two pads here. My thigh is resting in between, and that provides enough support. If I need more support, I can raise the arm up a little bit higher, okay? But for now, we're gonna try and make this work. So one leg off. Yep, there we go. Okay, there we go. Now I got it. So one leg off and lift off. So I'm doing single leg here, and you're just gonna have to play around with it at home and see how your body angles. But I am working, stabilizing, using these muscles here, toning, and really getting those side and those deep abdominals on the outside. So if you're looking for the guns in the bikini, or you're wanting to look really good in that crop top or in that your pair of skinny jeans or whatever, if you're wanting to go to the beach, you're wanting to work on these side abs, this is the exercise. So reach, and then you can bring the knee up. So reach, bring the knee up. So a couple of different ways that you can do that when, and the machine is staying stable. You're just gonna have to work and see what works best for you. Another one, bringing the leg out in front. So you're reaching, pulling up, and bring the leg through. Those are really advanced exercises. So do use with caution, do proceed with caution, but definitely one of my favorite exercises to do. Now, you can also lean back, and you can have the pad on the shin, okay? And if you lean back too far and your leg comes up, the roll keeps you in place. But what you can do, if you have really tight shoulder chest muscles, you can lean back and let those arms open up, and then you can come up. If you decide that you want to do that, I'm going to recommend to take the length of this pad back up just a little bit. So let me show you how that works. Very quick to adjust and adapt. That was one notch, and that should be enough. But we get in contact, and if you need to get into a little bit of a squat, so like you're sitting in a chair, we can lean back and reach forward. We can lean back and reach forward. And in doing this, we're working those abs, we're opening up our chest wall, we're stretching out the shoulders, and getting a little bit of strengthening at the same time. So that's another way that you can use the Roman chair. That's totally up to you. This is being released. It's not available yet, so I do not have an active price on them. But again, this is one of my favorite pieces of equipment at the gym. When I used to go to the gym all the time, outside of my own gym here, the Roman chair was always a regular stop for me. And there's so many different ways of making an exercise easier or harder using that, but it's definitely a favorite. Okay, now we're going back to cupping. And for those of you who have not seen the cupping, this is one of my absolute favorite types of treatments to do. We use this in my facility every single day. Every single day. I'm one of the world's best cuppers. I've been doing cupping for several years with clients, and it is my favorite type of treatment for helping with pain. The Relieva cup comes in this squared box. You'll find inside the box little velvet bag, okay? And when you take out the bag, you're gonna see your charge cord, which is USB-C type. So it's USB to a C, okay? Which is kind of what the modern is for right now for most all devices. And you're gonna have the mechanical head. So this is a power operated head. And you do plug this in for a charge. It takes 3-4 hours for a full charge, and you can run that charge for a long time. By default, when you turn this on, it is 20 minutes automatic. And the only thing that I do not like about this cup is it doesn't have a timer on it. So make sure if you're using this at home, especially on the back or on the shoulders, and you're not someplace where there's a soft landing, as soon as the 20 minutes is up and it loses suction, it falls off. So make sure that you set a timer around you for like 18, 19 minutes so that you know that the treatment is coming to an end so it doesn't fall off on the floor and break. But it comes with 2 cupping head sizes that are easily interchangeable. And then it also comes with a replacement filter. You can't see it very well, but it is a little foam filter that goes there. And what works really nice is you can switch these out. This is a smaller, this is the bigger one. Smaller is going to be used for more of the truly like your smaller muscle groups. So shoulder, arm, elbow can be kind of tricky because there's a bony prominence there. And the only thing that keeps the mechanical head in position is a full seal. So if you should break air or if you should shift and there's no skin to suction to, it breaks the seal, okay? But you can use it for tennis elbow, carpal tunnel. Carpal tunnel is down here in the wrist, but it actually originates up higher, okay? So we can do it up here on the shoulder. We can do it right here on the chest. No cupping in the neck area, on the back of the neck, okay? We don't want to do cupping over an ear, nowhere on the face. So let's just say from neck down, you're good, except for belly button. No cupping on the belly button because it is considered an orifice, which means it can expose you to the inside of the body, which we do not want because suction like a plunger, orifice inside a body, guts on the out of the body. Don't do that, okay? So anything that creates a hole in the body, so backside of your booty, deep in the belly, groin, ear, anything facial, don't go there, okay? Not good for cupping. But the other area that's really good for the small cup is going to be in the knee area or lower leg because there's a lot less skin there. So down here in the knee or in the lower leg region, okay? I'm going to grab a chair here so I can talk to you about all of this and can kind of show you some things. We had a live scheduled a couple of weeks ago in which I could show you how all this works, but unfortunately, we had a rainstorm that came in and the weather got away from us and we weren't able to host the live in order to show you how to do cupping on different areas of the body. So we're going to reschedule that. I don't want to make that today because it would be a very long live because we could talk about this for a long time. But there's your small attachment. It just pops off and then the large one pops on. Large one is really good for thigh, outer part of the hip, booty, low back, backside of the shoulder. If you have really big biceps, not me, but if you have really big biceps, you can do it on a bigger arm, okay? But there are some common areas that we do not cup. No cupping when it comes to the elbow through here. We don't want to cup right here in the elbow. That is a no-no, okay? We do not want to cup in the armpit. That's a no-no. Anywhere from here up, neck and face, no-no. Behind the knee, no-no. And then on top of the ankle, which is actually really hard to cup anyways. I do types of cupping on the ankle or on the outer part of the ankle, but I am a medical professional licensed to do that. So I've been taught and trained in doing that. But there are a lot of pressure points, vascular areas that are not safe to cup. So if you can make sure and be mindful of those areas that I just gave you. So crease of the elbow, no. If you do the inside of the elbow or the outside of the elbow, be very careful because both of those areas, we have our ulnar nerve and our radial nerve and our median nerve. And those are all nerves that are superficial, very easy to tweak, very easy to make angry. If you make that nerve angry, you actually lose the ability to use your hand and your arm for a short term. So we don't want to do that. And it feels awful. It's like hitting your funny bone, like nonstop. So don't do that. So no to here. Be careful here and here. No to the belly button. No to down there. No behind the knee, and no anywhere beyond the neck up into the head or the face, okay? Just be really careful because anywhere that this suction, it's a plunger effect, okay? So we turn it on. These are awesome, by the way. I highly recommend. They're $49.99. You can only get them on the LifePro website. If you use the code AMBER10, AMBER 10, all one word, it'll knock off a few extra dollars for you. And again, lifetime warranty. So make sure that you register the warranty when you get your product. There will be a QR code inside the box. You can take a photo of it with your camera. It'll take you directly to the website. Enter your information in because these are awesome, okay? But I've been playing with these for a few months. They are so much better if you buy them in pairs. So if you want to try the Relieve a Cup and you want to start with just the basics, make sure and get 2 instead of 1, because if you put 1 on this side, see if I can get it to work. See, it has nothing to suction to because my pants. But if you put 1 on this side wants a little bit of love too. So you can run 2 at the same time, or you can put 1 low and 1 high and you work the whole line. So it's much better if you have an even number, like sets of 2s. So whether it's 2 or whether it's 6 or whether it's 4, when I'm working on the back side, I like to run anywhere from 2 to 8. So I'll run 4 on one side, 4 on the other, or I will combine them with other types of cups. These are my exclusive brand of cups. LifePro does not make these, and they're a silicone type cup, so you can move with them on. But I'm going to tell you, the LifePro cups are amazing because they not only have the suction, but they also have vibration, and they also have red light therapy. It's all in one, unheard of. $49.99. Make sure you buy more than one, and you buy them in sets of 2s. Okay. So when we put that on, you can actually see that I got a mark there. So we're going to hit the power button, which turns it back on. And you can see how it's starting to suction my skin up there, okay? And I can take hands off, and I can move my hand, and it actually stays there. If you're trying to release the suction, you just push the power button again, and it releases automatically, but it keeps the unit on, okay? Now, we have 3 intensities of vibration. We have 3 intensities of heat, and we have 3 different pre-programmed functions. Okay, program 1, mode number 1 is going to be constant suction. Okay, up top, and by the way, this is a really sensitive area to do, so be careful. So up top, there we go. Oh, can feel that one. Okay, so up top we have constant suction, so I can wave my arm around and it stays put. Okay, can't pull it off. Okay, trying, not going anywhere. So it's on there. Make a great Halloween costume, right? No, it's a really cool thing. So you can see how much skin is pulled up there, and it's in contact with the red light therapy. So if you are somebody, really important, I'm gonna go ahead and go into push the power button to release. You can see it's already working, okay? These are pre-programmed for 20 minutes. You cannot decrease the time on them, but you can start and stop them, okay? But once you start the program on them, 20 minutes. Mode number 1 is gonna be constant suction. Mode number 2, we push the button again and get it. Hang on here. Wait a second. Let's get it right. Get it right, get it tight. Let's see. Well, for some reason, this one doesn't want to switch up. We'll try this one more time. There we go. I paused it, that's why. So mode number 2 means it's intermittent, means it'll work up to suction and then it release, and work up to suction and release. So it's vibration with the suction at the same time. And all you do is make contact, but you can hear that it's creating pressure, and then it releases, and then it builds up the suction pressure, and it releases. Okay, so it's not constant intense all the way through. It's releasing, which allows you the opportunity to adapt to the intensity of the suction without being all in from the very beginning. It allows you time to desensitize, so it's really cool how it works. And then you can go right on into mode 3 without having to stop it. Mode 3 is intermittent release, and it's much quicker. So it almost feels like it's pulsing instead of constantly suctioning and holding. That's 1. 2 is release, suction, release, suction, but it's longer, steady state. This is release, suction, release, suction. So it's like you can almost feel like a heartbeat in the motor head here. And again, I have red light therapy. What happens if you're on antibiotics? If you're on antibiotics, it makes you light sensitive, so you can actually burn yourself. Don't do that. So how do we fix that? We go and we change the intensity of the heat. Red light therapy is a deep type of heat, and it is the red, okay? So we can turn the red light therapy off, and you can still use the other features without having red light therapy on. If you love the red light therapy and you want just a little dose, then you can push one intensity, and then we push again for another level of intensity, and then light it up and get the greatest amount of intensity on level 3. But again, if you're on antibiotics, light sensitive, or recent sunburn, or just don't want the superficial red light therapy, you can turn it off. You don't have to use it. If you're kind of iffy about that, not sure about the technology yet, it is awesome, by the way. Regenerates stem cells and collagen fibers naturally within our own body. Really good for wound management, really good for antibacterial, really good for any kind of a breakout, or if you have rosacea, if you have inflammation in the tissue, if you have pain, or if you're just wanting to improve your overall health. Red light therapy is great for all those things. Okay. If we decide that we don't want the vibration, but we want the actual suction, then we can push this button over here, which is blue, and blue is all about the vibration. So if we want to go without vibration, it still suctions, but there's no vibration. So you don't feel constant. It's like having a massage gun underneath of there with the suction decompression. And then there you go. So it does work, but it does not leave a bruise. Show you one of my other, this is my brand of cup. It does not leave, so you can see how much that pulls. When you leave this on for a long period of time, see if I can get it on here. I don't have a lube. It works really good if you use like a carrier, like an oil or a cream or a topical. It works much better with a lubricant. It creates a really good seal. But when I put these on, whoo, jolly, that's sensitive. So when you put that on, after a while, it'll actually turn bright red, okay? I have pictures. Give me 1 second here. I do this, like I said, this is one of my big professional expertises. This is what I do. So this is somebody with lots of cups on, lots of cups. And we have used the Life Pro cups in addition to my cups. And then when the cups come off, they create these dark red spots. It's not a bruise. It is blood flow exchanging with toxins that are stuck there. And our skin is one of our greatest detox organs. So we actually want to be able to utilize that to our advantage. I'll show you a picture of me using the Life Pro cups in multiples with other cups in combination with. And if you have questions, feel free to post. Make sure and answer those for you. And yeah, here we go. So on this individual, I'm using 4. I'm using 4 of the Life Pro cups as well as the others in addition to. And then when you take them off, and so you can see how I'm using 2. So make sure you work in 2s, because 2 is the magic number. And you can see how the cup is suctioning the skin up with the red light therapy. And then when it's all said and done, I don't think I took a picture of the after effect. It was a good outcome. I've got another individual that we ended up in using the cups in a sideline position, okay? Individual had a lot of pain in her hip on the front, and so we used the suction cup on the back in order to loosen up the thoracicolumbar junction, the low back tissue. And then we were getting the pulsation of that while I used the other cups, and I put her in a sideline bent position. And you can see where I used it on her actual side. Okay, so the side of her hip, and you can see where it's left a little mark there. Those marks don't stay long-term as much as traditional cupping marks do. So don't be afraid to give those a try. But that, again, that individual, she's a level 10 gymnast with hip and back pain. And so we were able to utilize the Life Pro cups in addition to the other cups but I've used just the Life Pro cups on people just fine with great success, and it does awesome things. But again, you do get all of the circles, and those will be there for like 2 weeks potentially. Sometimes can be longer, and sometimes it's less. So if you get those dark circles, don't be afraid of those. That is vitality, that's fresh blood flow, that's healing, that's good things happening in your body. Now, let's talk about some contraindications. If you are somebody who is on blood thinners, okay, I worked on somebody earlier today who is on blood thinners, and let's see if I can pull that one up. You're going to have to make sure you're very careful. If you use blood thinners, make sure that you have permission from your physician to use cupping as a therapy, because if you have blood thinners, your body tends to bruise a lot worse, or I will say discolor a lot worse. And this individual is on blood thinners, okay? So we went with lighter decompression, less intense, and his body responded in a variety of different patterns. So it's okay if there's multiple areas that look different. That's part of the body healing, and where we hold on to majority of our toxins and our stress and the areas that need more help, those areas are going to typically discolor more than other areas that are lighter color. Or if you're using these in high tendinous locations, which would be right above the kneecap, those areas do not discolor as much as if you were up higher in the thigh, where the blood flow is richer in those bigger muscles, okay? So we can talk about some of the cupping in a one-on-one episode, and show you how you can cup yourself, cup family, loved ones. But if you are not a certified and or licensed professional with the scope of practice of cupping, make sure that you're not using this with other people outside of your household, even friends, because you can get yourself into some hot water. These are meant to be used from the convenience of home, on yourself or on your family. If you decide that your friends allow you the opportunity, just make sure that you know that you're taking a risk, because technically, if you don't have a license or a certification with the scope of practice to do manual therapy with others, you can actually get sued if you hurt somebody. And you want to make sure that you know where you're putting the cups and why. So again, they come really good if you buy them in twos. That works best if you just want to get started with one. Remember, they have a lifetime warranty, $49.99. You can buy them on the Life Pro website, not available on Amazon. If you go on Amazon and look for mechanical or power operated cupping, you will probably find some competitors out there that are much, much more expensive, because I have those as well. They are not as good as the Life Pro. The Life Pro are really equally the same, if not better, than those $200 per cup. I'm talking $49.99 versus $200. These are just as good, if not better, as some of the other competitors that are out there. But the other thing I want you to remember is, if you find some of these that are cheaper on Amazon than on our Life Pro website, because again, you can't get these on Amazon, just remember that you are paying for customer service satisfaction, and you're paying for us to teach you how to utilize these stuff, how to utilize these cups at home. So if you're finding something that looks similar for $20 on a Black Friday deal on Amazon, just remember that you're giving up the lifetime warranty, and you're giving up the opportunity to learn from myself, because I will not tell you how to put on a cup that I cannot use in the palm of my hand to feel it on myself, because that's I don't teach something that I can't touch and work with on my own. So I've been testing these for a while. These are awesome. So if you're on blood thinners, if you're on blood pressure medication, if you are on antibiotics because of the red light therapy, if you are dealing with high levels of pain, you never want to use this in areas that you have a recent injury, a fracture because of the vibration or inflammation. You don't want to use these in areas in which you have a sunburn because it's already inflamed skin. Anywhere that you have a rash, you want to make sure that your wounds are closed. So if you have an open wound, a scab has broken free, an incision that is not quite closed up, your post-surgery, like within 2 weeks, and your incision is still not completely closed up, do not do that over an area that has the potential to be an open wound, because you don't want to suction an open wound. That's a bad idea, okay? Again, you're taking risk attempting to do this on your own, but if you have questions, feel free to post on our Facebook VIP group. Feel free to post on YouTube. If you want a private one-on-one instruction from me on how to use these at home off of social media, you can reach me directly. We've got my website, kksmagik.com, and that will take you to a submission form in which you can schedule a one-on-one appointment with me on how to use these from the convenience of your home. But otherwise, we will plan on, in the near future, we had to cancel how to utilize it on the shoulder. So I will make sure that we get that scheduled very soon as to how you can cup yourself or family loved ones, areas of the shoulder, areas of the chest, and areas that, how to utilize these together with exercises, movement, so that you can be the best version of yourself possible. So that is our Relieva Cup, $49.99, available on the Life Pro website, not available on Amazon. Lifetime warranty. You have one of the world's best cupping professionals right here. I have, like I said, my own cupping brand. I've been cupping for over 10 years. It was the therapy that saved my life with 8 spinal injuries, gave me my life back, so I believe in it. I have learned from a physician from Beijing on how to do it, certified in multiple cupping courses, and really love teaching this to other healthcare practitioners. So if you're a therapist who does cupping and you want me to come to your area and teach you how to use these, as well as what you already use, to work together with other cupping sets, feel free to reach out, because I do offer that service as well. Without further ado, though, I'm going to let you go because it is Friday, October the 27th. 27th is my lucky number. It is a beautiful day outside. Get out, breathe the fresh air. If it's raining, get out and feel the rain on your skin. If it is cold, go out and breathe that fresh air in your body, and get moving and have some fun, because we're coming up on the end of the year and we have to go out and live our best life. So get up, get moving, go out, play, have a great day. And I look forward to seeing you all again very, very soon. Love you all. Have a great day.